Hello and welcome to Attention Central Texas. I'm your host, Charles Jenkins, and in the studio with me we have Miss Latoya Ellis, and she's the wellness coordinator at Metroplex Health System, Metroplex Hospital, and we're here today to talk about healthy women, healthy communities. Hello, Latoya, and welcome to today's show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Let's just jump right into why you're here. Tell us a little bit about women's health and what you do at Metroplex. First, tell us what you do and how long you've been at Metroplex.
Okay, so I've been at Metroplex for 7 years. I'm the wellness coordinator. So what I do is I look for ways to help our community focus on preventative health. We want to take care of our community, but we don't want you to wait until you're sick.
Yeah.
So we go out and we reach out and we give you those preventative measures and things that you can do up until the point where it's time to see your doctor. So a lot of my job consists of free health screenings, surveying the community to see what they want, the free fitness classes, the free immunization clinics for the children, free health fairs, all those things that are going to give you the knowledge you need to take care of you before you get to the hospital.
All right. So tell us about the event you have coming up. Matter of fact, next month, which will be in tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So
it went by quick.
Yeah.
So, everyone knows that, most people know that February is National Go Red for Women Month, and it focuses on heart disease because we lose a lot for heart disease. So what we've done is we've partnered with the American Heart Association, and we have set up an event. It's a luncheon for women to come out to hear experts speak on heart disease, how it affects them, how it can affect their family, and also ways to recognize signs or things that you can do to prevent it from even happening.
And which brings me to a question. I know a lot of people think the signs are the same in men and women, but tell us how, because I've heard from women that have had heart attacks that the signs are totally different. So touch on a little bit about that.
So they are a little bit different for women considering the hormones that we have and the different things we go through. It's harder to detect in a woman than it is in a man. They do present themselves the same. However, by the time a woman catches it, it does have the possibility to be a little further along than what it would be by the time a man detects it in himself.
And why is it so important? I know we're talking about women, but why is it so important for people to get health screenings, to get health and heart screening?
Simply because the heart is one of the biggest organs we have. Without the heart, we can't do much. And everything that we deal with, whether it's cholesterol, whether it's high blood pressure, it's all a function. It all essentially relates back to the heart. So it's very important that you have these numbers, whether it is your glucose, your cholesterol, anything, your BMI, your height and weight, your body fat. It's important that you have these numbers so you can begin to make small adjustments to get where you need to be so that you don't suffer a heart attack or you don't have heart disease, because a lot of people don't realize that heart disease is generational. In some cases it's generational. Some cases it's not generational and you're the first one in your family, but we want to teach you everything you can to just get on top of it. So we want to catch it before it's at a point where we're trying to figure out what's the best.
And I know we talked about February. Do you have a specific date?
Yes, so the event will be February 15th.
Okay.
It's from 11 to 1 p.m. It'll be at the Killeen Conference and Civic Center. It is $10. You can go to mplex.org to register for that event. You'll receive a free t-shirt, free lunch. You will also get a bag with various items in it, health information, and then you'll have the physician speak. You'll have an actual community person speak who has been through heart disease, and some of the other professionals that are at Metroplex will speak.
And I know you can't be in your job 7 years without being passionate about the subject we talk about. Share a little bit of that. What's your passion behind what you do?
My passion behind it is I have seen family members, friends, co-workers suffer from things that essentially we don't have to suffer from, because we all know God comes so that we can live our life to the fullest.
That's right.
And many people put it out there that you have to make this huge change. You have to go cold turkey with everything. You have to be strict. And my passion in it is we don't want to scare you in that manner. Small changes, park farther away and walk.
Ooh.
You know, cut out the sugars. You know, don't go cold turkey with it all because it's tougher in that manner. And just because you can't see the small changes on the outside, they're taking place on the inside. So a lot of my passion is we don't have to go do like 5 hours every single day of exercise. You don't have to do that. Your body was not made for that. It's made for you to move slowly but yet consistently. So the biggest thing that I want is, even in my own journey, because you know I have my own health journey, and you know that drives me more than anything, be consistent, take your time. It's not a race. Trust the process.
And I love what you said about changes take place on the inside rather than on the outside sometimes. But you know us, you know the society we live in, everybody wants to look good on the outside. So I hope and pray that people heard what you said with that, because you're right. And I love the analogy, you know, the race. You know, it's a marathon. Everybody wants to sprint. And it's a marathon.
I am not a sprinter, and trust me, I'm not going to finish when you finish.
And I'm definitely not a sprinter, and I'm working on some of these steps that you're talking about too, because you know we only get one of these, and the good Lord say it's a temple, and we all need to take care of it. What would you say to the women sitting watching us today, contemplating going? What would you say to get them off that couch and to get them to this event?
I would tell them to do it for them. Like you said, it's a temple. You only have one you, and if you don't take care of you, no one else will.
That's right. What else? I know you talked about speakers and people doing health screenings. Is there anything else that will be taking place on that day?
You'll learn cooking techniques. So there will be a nutritionist there, to dietitian, nutritionist, whichever one decides. But there will be someone there who can give you cooking techniques, because I know in our society we have kids, we have family, we need to cook, we need to get it done because we have other stuff we need to do. And this is going to help you have those quick techniques to get you a healthy dinner, so that you can feed your family and not feel bad that you fried everything or everything is soaked in butter. I think the cooking techniques is a really important aspect of it.
What's a good cooking technique from your own experience for the family who have kids who are active all the time, and so about time they get home it's 7 and 8 o'clock and the kids have to go to sleep at 9 o'clock? What's just something good that they can feed their family real quick?
I will tell you, and it has been around for many, many years, and we've all used it, but in my house, the crock pot is huge, because you can throw some lean chicken breast or some lean turkey breast in a crock pot, cook you a really quick vegetable, and then a healthy starch, maybe some brown rice or whatever the case, and then you have a healthy meal. You fed your family. You can turn the crock pot on low, have that setting and cooking. By the time you get home, it's ready. Because my kids are very involved in basketball and dance. So for me, it's the same thing. And my husband helps a lot, but it's the same thing. You know, we have to look at what can we do to feed our family healthy and actually get them in bed, changed, and ready for the next day where they rest good at night. So crock pot, turkey breast, chicken breast is huge.
And I know this is not your first rodeo. I take it you've done this women healthy community before. What have women said? What have been the response from some of the women after they've attended one of these events?
One of the most interesting things that I've seen is for a woman to come up and say, I had no idea, I thought I was healthy. Or I didn't know that food was beneficial for me. So, yeah, I mean, it's eye-opening because there's a lot of things that people just don't realize and recognize.
And you said something that sparked with me, because I'm from Louisiana. We love white rice. But is it better to do brown rice?
Really, if I had to be honest with you, the way that I do it is I don't cut anything out, because, you know, we were given those things to enjoy life. So for me, it's let's do it in moderation. If you like white rice, that's okay, but let's eat a half a cup of white rice. Let's not eat 2-3 cups of white rice. Let's do everything in moderation. It really is a preference, because some people don't like brown rice versus white rice. So if that is the case and you want to do rice, do a half a cup. cut your portions back, because that's going to be one of the biggest things also, to cut those portions back.
On a funny note, it's just easier to cook the white rice.
And true, it is. It's a lot easier to cook white versus
But you know,
brown.
I've been going to HEB now, and they have bags already made up. All you got to do is throw them in the microwave or put them on the stove. So, you know, the makers of it are making it a lot easy. Is there anything I didn't touch on that you want to talk about in regards to healthy women, healthy communities?
I think what I want to make known is everybody has their quirks. Don't eat white rice. It's going to raise your glycemic index. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. And I think one of the most important things is, like I said before, moderation is key. It's going to be very hard for someone who has had bad habits for 10 years to turn around and correct them in a day. So let's start with moderation. Let's do what we can. It's very important that we don't criticize and belittle someone for their food choices. Let's work with them and meet them where they are, so that they can get to the point where if they don't need to eat this type of food anymore, they can do that.
That's good.
They didn't get that way overnight.
That's right.
It's not going to be fixed overnight.
And I just want you to repeat the dates again, just so if someone just joining us, they know the dates of it. Just tell us the dates, the times again.
Right, so the date of the actual event will be February 15th, and it's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Wow. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you have a team you work with at Scott
Yeah,
White?
well,
Okay.
we're at Metroplex.
I mean, excuse me.
It's okay. We're partners with Scott & White, so we're at Metroplex. But the team that I work with is a wellness team of volunteers, and then also with our marketing and patient experience department. We all work together to bring these events to the community.
We have about a minute left. Any final thoughts?
Show up. Be there. It's gonna be beneficial. It's the greatest thing you can do for yourself.
That's right. And I want to repeat that again. I know we like to see it on the outside, but sometimes the changes take place on the inside, and that's where the changes need to start from.
Right.
So just be aware and know that. Ms. Ellis, I want to take the time to say thank you for being on the show. Thank you for what you do at the hospital, not only for women, but for men too, looking out for people's health and just making people health conscious. I think it's an awesome thing.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. And thank you, our viewers, for tuning in to Attention Central Texas.